Around 5 p.m. on Sunday, August 23rd, a domestic disturbance of some kind broke out between 6 or 7 women in a residential area in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Jacob Blake pulled up in his SUV, ostensibly to collect his son, who was standing nearby. His son was turning 8 years old on that very day, and he got into the back of the car with his 2 brothers, 3 and 5 years old each. Someone had called the police, who showed up to deal with the domestic disturbance. When they arrived, Mr. Blake, a black man, was apparently coming out of the residence heading towards his car. They ordered him to stop. They pulled his gun. They pulled their guns. And he appeared to me to be in some kind of disassociative state. He wasn't particularly responsive and just kept going towards his car. He got to his car, opened the door. They pulled on his shirt some, ripped his shirt. And at that point, they opened fire. 7 shots struck him. 7 shots were fired. An unknown number struck him in the back. He collapsed, appeared to, at least for a period of time, fall slumped on the horn and then to the ground. He was medevaced to a nearby hospital, and while it looks like he's going to survive, it also appears like he is going to be paralyzed for the rest of his life. I've heard a lot of people talk about this subject, and we covered it on In Time Live. Well, we didn't cover that. We covered the outrage that happened thereafter live. It was a long night. And I've heard a lot of people opine on it, and we're probably going to opine on it some more and talk about what we've seen and heard. It is very shocking. I'm sure we're going to get more details, but it's a shocking series of events. But in all of the talk I've heard about it, there's one video that I saw that really kind of moved me. I like this guy a lot. His name is Robert Reed. Anyone who's on Twitter in sort of the same circles that I am knows who he is. He's a former football player, a Twitter misanthrope, and I've been a big fan of his for a long time, whether he's engaged in serious commentary or it's a video of his terrier licking his head while he's sitting up there looking at the camera indignantly. He's always got something fun and interesting to say. And he's always been a pleasure to watch and to follow. A link to his Twitter feed is in the bottom of the description here. He's witty, intelligent, and just a genuine delight. This is Robert Reed on the Jacob Blake shooting.
All right. I would be lying if I sat here and I told you that today didn't bother me. The thread was overwhelmingly majority, did I say that right? Positive when I talked about the man of color being shot 7 times in the back by a cop. I'm not the only person to say this, but when you sit here and you listen to people talk about, what about black on black crime, Robert? That's a bullshit narrative. It really is. And you always have to hear about, what about Chicago? Chicago is the safest place I could possibly be. When you're 6'3" and you're 240 pounds, when you're black, period, the most dangerous place is not an inner city. The most dangerous place for me to live is in the imagination of an aggressive white person. I watched a video of a man who was suspected of reaching for a gun and was shot 7 times in the street like you would a stray goddamn dog if you lived out in the country. Then I saw a video of a man, white, beat up 2 cops with their own weapon, took the baton, beat the hell out of both cops, got in their car, not his, their car, and drove away. Some way, somehow, they didn't find a way to shoot that man. One person was suspected of having a gun, and he was shot. Another man beat the fuck out of 2 cops, stole their cop car, and rolled out. So please don't tell me about the inner cities. Please don't tell me about Chicago. That feels like a baby's crib as far as I'm concerned. The most dangerous place for me to live is in the imagination of someone who doesn't like me.